Turning to Iran, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Iran's Foreign Minister Javad Zarif faced off at a global security summit in Munich, Germany. As Chris Mitchell reports, it's the latest confrontation between Israel and Iran.
At the conference, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu held up a piece of an Iranian drone shot down over Israel just last week.
Iran also denies that it committed an act of aggression against Israel last week, that it sent a drone into our airspace to threaten our people. Well, here's a piece of that Iranian drone, or what's left of it after we shot it down. I brought it here so you can see it for yourself. Mr. Zarif, do you recognize this? You should. It's yours. You can take back with you a message to the tyrants of Tehran. Do not test Israel's resolve.
Zarif dismissed Netanyahu's claim.
You were the audience for a cartoonish circus, which does not even deserve a dignity of a response.
Zarif denied Iran wants to dominate the Middle East.
We believe in and have proposed creating what we call a strong region, rather than a strong man in the region. We do not want to be the hegemon in the region, as we believe the era of hegemony is long past.
But Netanyahu reiterated Iran's goal to dominate the region.
And nowhere are Iran's belligerent ambitions clearer than in Syria. There, Iran hopes to complete a contiguous empire, linking Tehran to Tartus, the Caspian to the Mediterranean. For some time, I've been warning about this development. I've made clear in word and deed that Israel has red lines it will enforce. Israel will continue to prevent Iran from establishing a permanent military presence in Syria. Israel will continue to act to prevent Iran from establishing another terror base from which to threaten Israel.
Netanyahu reminded the leaders from around the world the lesson of history when Britain's Neville Chamberlain signed the Munich Agreement, appeasing Adolf Hitler that led to World War II.
And 80 years ago, another event took place here with far-ranging consequences. A disastrous agreement was signed here that set the world on a course towards history's most horrific war. 2 decades after a war that claimed 16 million lives, the leaders who met in Munich chose to appease Hitler's regime rather than confront it.
Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.